Dave here, JDH Reptiles. Today we're going to discuss this room and why I don't like it and what I plan to do about it, or what I have been thinking about doing about it. First thing before we go anywhere, huge shout out, Superior Shipping Supplies. Nice brand. I don't ship through them, I will say that, but you can. I do use Reptiles Express. However, I get all of my Reptizorb liners through them for everything. ARS 50 series, ARS 70 series, ARS 55s. I get them for the TGR 10s. I also get them for the V18s for Sea Serpent. So they do custom cutting, they do TGR stuff, they do vision tubs, you know, they do it all. And like I said, they do custom even. So if you want to call them and get a quote, you can do that. You can also use the email shippingsupplies88@yahoo.com. That will get you to Brisa. Let her know that I sent you, and you'll also get 10% more product for all your Reptizorb needs. Moving on from there, this room. I mean, I hold a lot of animals in here, don't get me wrong. We have a little over 100 animals in here. If you include the hatching racks, probably right around 120, 130. But this room is very quickly filling up. I need to get more rack space, but more than anything, we need more floor space. I didn't think this would happen as soon as it did. Built this room right around the end of 2018. It was right through that Christmas break. I believe we finished it right about the first week of January. It's suffocating in here, and I think the reason why is placement and size. Wall space isn't nearly as large as I thought it was going to be. So now I need to find out what I can do to maybe rearrange this room and get more floor space, more usable floor space. That way we can, you know, successfully use what we have without blowing this wall down and going back further. Because I really don't want to do that at this time. We're still trying to grow this room, and it heats well, the humidity stays well, and I really don't want to sacrifice that by stretching the room out any further. So I'll give you a couple ideas. I'm going to pan around the room and just show you what we're working with here. Alright guys, so this is one of the ARS racks here. As you see, we get to this corner over here. All this is dead space. And it's literally probably 2.5, 3 foot this way, same 3 foot this way. And the reason for that is right here. If I push this rack down, I can't access these tubs. Vice versa, if I push this rack down, then these tubs can't be accessed. So I have to put these end to end like this. That way the tubs can be used either way. Now when I pan across, that's the room. I do have a panel there, electrical panel, so I can't block that electrical panel. So this kind of stops me in height. If I had something movable there, it'd be one thing. You know, if I had like a little ATV enclosure or something sitting here that I could slide all the way, that'd be one thing. But I can't cover up that panel there. So that leaves me limited with the amount of height I can put here. And this rack really, I mean, move this out of the way. This rack really is pretty much the height that I gotta stop at. And the reason being is, even if I put one more level, that one more level is gonna be up above this door and it won't be able to be accessed. So in an emergency, I don't want to have to try and pull the rack out of the way to access the electrical panel. So that kind of hurts this setup as well. So we're going to move over here. Kind of the same thing here. We pan down just a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. So I do have the heater as well as the humidifier over here. It works well. Like I said, this room, the humidity stays great, the heat stays great, but again, all is dead space. I mean, I literally have 3.5 foot, probably maybe 4 foot this way, and obviously a full depth of this rack. You know, whatever this is I want to say 30 inches or 32 inches deep all the way back. So this is dead space again. I got to find a way to make use of this space, and I don't know how to do that this time. So again, back this up real quick. So this is the split rack. This is the 55 and the 70 series. The 2 ATBs. This girl here is going to get a closure like this very soon. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build new stands. I'm going to take all these enclosures and I'm going to put them outside the room. And the reason for that is the room out there is not heated as well. I understand the humidity is not as well. However, when I have a nice enclosure like this, this stays nice and warm all on its own. The humidity can be adjusted with a little bit of misting, which with the ATBs, I have thought about getting a mister anyways and doing like a once or twice a day misting. So taking them out of here, putting them out there on their own little stand, I think would be just fine, because, you know, even though the glass here won't do so well, once she gets put into a setup like this, the heat will stay just fine with the radiant heat panel. This is insulated quite well. Heat doesn't escape. So I think that'll work just perfect once I get her into one of these as well. Move them out there. That'll leave me some space on top of these racks. Maybe I can go up another level or two. We'll see from there. Now here, another gap between these two. Currently I have a trash can down here. And it's water bucket that I dump out old water, and then I just take that and dump it at the end of the day. So that's, you know, you see all the electrical wires. I guess if I took those electrical wires and put them off onto the back of the panels, I might be able, or on the back of the racks, I could probably save a little bit of space here. But really, I mean, this gap almost is kind of necessary. So I'm not 100% sure what we can do here to save any space. It's only about, you know, maybe 15 to 20 inches. I don't know. I've been thinking what I can do. I'm not 100% sure there. Back over here. Now this is used up as much as possible. I mean, literally, I have paper towel roll. This paper towel roll wouldn't even fit through here. So there's probably 3, 4, probably about 5 inches here. That's really about it. Here's the corner that kills me. I'm gonna back up again. Alright guys, so this is what kills me about this corner. I have a lot of racks here. I have a lot of space, a lot of animals in this area. Let's see if I can zoom out. Just, oh, I'm all the way out. So, alright. Let's go ahead and give you a breakdown of what we've got here. So, these racks, this is stacked. There's 2 of them here, 7 here, 7 here. That's 14 animals. These are FB10s, so they're grow up size. We take our keeper hatchlings, we put them in here, and then these will turn into our, you know, upwards of 600 gram animals before they get moved over into either the 50 series or the 55 series racks. So this right here, that's what it is. This is all grow up. So I've got these 2 here, 7 and 7, that's 14. I got this one right here is another 7 tall. That's going to put that 21 animals just in these 3 racks. This sea serpent box, this is amazing. I love this box. This holds 16 tubs. These are the V18 tubs, so they're not huge, but like this is a 250 gram snake. I don't know if it's that much, probably about 200 grams. She's probably got another, I don't know, maybe upwards of 6 months. I might keep her in here up until about 300, 400, 500 grams, depending on how big she is. But then from there, she'd have to be moved into something like this. So this isn't, you know, a long-term setup, that's for sure. But it holds 16 animals. It's on wheels. It works very well. You know, I thought if I could make this fit between these two racks, it would help take up a little bit of that space, unusable space. It's really short, so it wouldn't, you know, affect too much as far as the cords over there. So that's a possibility. You know, they're all on the Herpstat 2s, so ultimately I could, you know, disconnect this from one of those, move this over and use it on the Herpstat 6 by itself. You know, the idea here was to try and keep this as the hatchling corner, but as much as that was nice, it also makes it so it's unusable. It's kind of an eyesore. It fits out, and you know, it doesn't fit well here. There's a lot of, I don't know, it's just having, I will say, slight OCD, because I'm not super OCD, but I'm definitely a little OCD. It drives me crazy. When I fit this together like this, I thought, yeah, this will work. It's got a lot of animals I can pack in here, but quite honestly, it drives me a bit crazy because it's not really, you know, it's kind of wonky setup the way you gotta walk around it. I just don't like it. It doesn't flow as well as I was hoping. If I took this out of here, this would be flush between these and these three racks. So that's something I can do as well. Speaking of these racks though, here's the kicker. These are the FB5 CVs. I mean, they are made for hatchlings. So, you know, we had 6 clutches this year that didn't make it through incubation. Had they have made it through incubation, I may have more hatchlings this year. And next year we will. We hope to have anywhere between 30 and 40 clutches lay next year. But honestly, they're only good for hatchlings. By the time they hit 200 grams, they are cramped in here. Each one of these cubes is 15. So you got 15 and 15 is 30. And then I have the Dragon House one down below here, which I believe is 18. So that's 48 animals I can fit in this stack here of 3 racks. It works out very well, but they're all the FB5 CVs, so they're really just great for things we hatch out that we're getting feeding and then trying to move out the door. Not a long-term stay by any you know, reason there. So my thought is, what if I got an ARS 1030 or 1039, whatever it's called? It's 3 wide, and I think it's 13 tall, so it's 39 tubs total. That rack would fit right here, no problem. However, it's only 39 tubs. It's 39 of these 10 series tubs, but I could fit more in this area doing this than I would if I bought one of those racks. Unless I could find somewhere to use these. And that's where I had an epiphany. So back over here, guys, my thought, taking some of these levels, putting them on top of this right here. Now, I do got the light, so I can only go so high, but I could easily probably put 3, maybe 4 levels up here. It will be above my head, which is what I was trying to stop, because I don't like the idea of pulling the tubs out this high, but it is what it is. I gotta make space somewhere. So my idea was taking 3 of these, stacking them on here, and taking those hatchling FB5 racks and putting them on top of the remaining 2 or 3 levels here. That way they won't be as high as the electrical panel, but I can take all that floor space that's being used right now and stack it on top of this, because obviously this will support whatever I throw right here. This plywood board here helps to, you know, support the weight as well as spread the weight across the actual metal rack. So that was what I was thinking, was doing that. And if I did that, it would, you know, I'd still be able to keep all those tubs. They'd all still be usable in this room, and I could potentially get that 1039 from ARS, stick it over there, and it would add another 39 tubs of animals that can grow up to like 600-700 grams before they have to be moved into the 50s or the 55 series tubs. So that's what I was kind of thinking about doing. And then the other thing I was thinking about doing, back over here again. I would like to measure this out. If this sea serpent rack will fit, take that, put it between these two racks here. I don't have to worry about any of the electrical on those two racks. I have a spare, actually I think I have 2 spare probes on the Herbstat 6. So I can roll this over there. That'll get this out of here. And in theory, what that would leave is these 3 TGR racks. Now what I can do with those is dead space. Trying to find a way to move racks down, move racks across, whatever I need to do, and either take those 3 racks, stick them elsewhere, or I can leave them right there and maybe reposition them sideways or move them over here to where the wall sticker is, you know, right there. If I could find a way to make them usable here, which means I have to move this rack down some, but if I could do that, then I could put the 1039 over on that wall. So in the course of the next few videos, you're going to see some changes. You're going to see some updates to this room. I'm trying to, I have a line on, a buddy of mine has got 3 55 series racks that he'd like to get rid of here in like 2 weeks. I'm gonna meet him down at the Indiana border as he's passing through, grab them from him, bring them home. Those I could stack on top of this rack over here, the split rack where the ATVs are currently. I could put 2 there, I could put 1 over here. That'll add 3 racks, would be another 12 animals. We can move into those. That would be great. If I could move these over here, it'd give me a little height, but it'll make it so I can move those over there. I really think that would help add a little bit of floor space. And then if I want to invest in the 1039, that can go on this wall, and that'll add another 39 tubs to this area without taking away anything I currently have. Like your thoughts, like your opinions. The next thing also is electrical. I really need to go and buy probably about 6 or 8 power strips, and the reason for it is some of these racks have the nice long ones you get from ARS that are, I think they're 10 tall, but I split the probes on these. So I usually run 3 or 4 levels with one probe, 3 or 4 levels with another probe. I wouldn't have one rack, you know, all 10 or all 8 levels ran off one probe, especially not in this room. I think I would find that the lower ones would be too cool and the upper ones would get too hot. So that's why I separate them. So I have a lot of the 10 tall extension or the power strips that are just unnecessary for this room. And I really like to run a power strip per 3 or 4 levels. So, you know, a lot of things I'm thinking of doing here. A lot of changes that need to be done, but I need to do them now. And the reason why I need to do them now is because here in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be breeding season. We're going to start breeding again. I've already started ultrasounding females, so those will be videos coming up. But once that happens, I don't want to mess with any of the females. You know, I don't want to start creating a lot of havoc in here, moving things around, banging things around, taking females out, moving around as they're starting to grow follicles and we're starting to do breeding. I want to get them moved in, locked in, ready to go, so we have a successful year for 2021. Because this year we got kicked in the ass, guys, and it hurt a lot, I'll be honest with you. A lot of failures this year, but we learn from it, we move on, and 2021 is just going to be a better year, more successful. With the ultrasound, we can predict better timing of when we could pair our animals, when we should pair our animals, so that's going to help there. But really, again, moving this room into what I want needs to happen now. So I've got 2 to 3 weeks before I believe I start pairing again for the 21 season. So that gives me 2 to 3 weeks to renovate, do whatever I need to do in this room to make it happy for me, happy for the animals, and get me ready for another successful year. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you had fun. I know it's kind of a wonky video. I didn't do a lot of editing because I just wanted to come out here this morning and talk to you guys, kind of run my ideas behind, you know, through with you guys, let you know what I'm thinking. and I didn't really have any kind of a plan of what to talk about or how to address that. I really just wanted to come out here and share what's coming off on my head today. You know, I came down here thinking, what do I want to do a video on? I usually try and think to myself, what's some good content? And all I could think about was what I need to do to change this room. So that's what I want to do a video on. Keep you guys with me on this, because really, when I did this build, it was all about, you know, doing what I can for this room, for our business, but also keeping you guys in the loop. I want you guys to enjoy this with us. So here you go. You're now part of this new renovation as well, if you will. So take care, guys. We'll talk to you on the next video. I hope you had fun.